And just like that, man, just like that, guys, we're back. We're back, man. Good morning to you guys again. Your favorite podcast each and every Monday morning. Nashville, have you heard of Black Man Event today? Super excited to bring to you guys a new episode, man.
Yeah, man.
YouTube. The camera, I'm looking at y'all. Y'all looking at me.
Yeah,
Deuces up, man. Shout out to YouTube, man.
We back.
Really, really excited to have you guys again on our platform. If you have not already, make sure you like and subscribe and give a comment to today's episode. It's going to be a great one with a great guest that we have. Definitely looking forward to it. To our audio platform, make sure you guys subscribe to our YouTube as well. Let's get into it, man. We got a great guest today, a good friend of mine that is in the podcast industry as well. I've been following him from his platform since we started our platform. And just naturally, man, it's good to find another brother that's having conversations that are not being had.
Yeah.
And with that being said, I'm presenting to some, introducing the others, my good friend, Mr. Jerome Moore. How you doing, man?
Man, I'm doing good, man. I appreciate y'all for inviting me to the platform.
Yeah,
man. I'm excited about this, and I want to give y'all flowers. You know what I'm saying right now,
man. Thank you, brother.
Because you know what y'all doing, giving Black men a space to vent, but just talk and collaborate.
Yeah,
you
man.
know that just need to be uplifted more. You know, in our society and scene.
Yes.
No matter what it is, but us just coming together, man. So I appreciate y'all what y'all doing. I follow y'all too, so I appreciate it.
Man,
just keep doing it.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah,
Thank you, man.
Appreciate them words of encouragement, man. And like you said, it's important, man, for Black men to be able to come to a space where they feel like they're not going to be judged, man. And believe me, if you listen to some of our episodes, you'll know we're not going to judge you, bro.
My God.
We just want you to talk, and we're going to holler back, man. And we're going to try to encourage you as you encourage us with your story.
Yeah. And that's just who we are, man. Again, YouTube, we in here for a great episode. Jerome Moore is with us. And I always say this, man, Jerome, man, don't nobody know you. So let's go ahead and tell our platform who is Jerome Moore, man.
Sheesh. You know, that's a long story.
Loaded.
No, so I'm from North Nashville, not too far. I went to Pearl Cohn right here.
All right,
right where the studio is. Firebird. Yeah. So y'all know we the best. You know, I'm going to put it out there. And so born in my family. You know, a couple generations here in North Nashville. They went to Whites Creek though. Majority of them went to Whites Creek or North High. Went to MTSU, studied economics.
Okay.
Went to Trevecca, business economics.
Man.
And always been rooted in community, man.
Man.
Was able to do Peace Corp, go abroad, live abroad in Paraguay, which really opened up my world, man. Like we talking about venting, we talking about opening it up. If I did not leave the country, if I did not do Peace Corps, I don't think I'd be doing what I'm doing today.
Really?
Nah, ain't no way. Ain't no way. And learning about my Blackness, learning about my American privilege.
Come on, man.
Outside the United States.
Yes, sir.
And learning about like if you can make it outside the United States and pivot in an unknown country, learning a new language, you can do anything. You can do anything. And being able to do that from humble beginnings, you know, I had to figure out how to get there. I didn't come from wealth. I didn't come from a lot of generational knowledge either, which, you know, a lot of people talk about generational wealth, but the generational knowledge of knowing how to navigate situations, which, you know, a lot of us, especially Black men, that's where we get lost a lot of times. We don't know how to navigate our emotions. We don't know how to navigate around these things. Especially, So being able to do that, and you know, live in Costa Rica for a year, live in China for 2 years, live in the Philippines. And so most of like my work is all like international, domestic, community development, community organizing. And so like I just brought that to the digital space, to the podcast storytelling space. And here we are. Here we are. And so it's been amazing. It's been an amazing journey. It's been a journey that, you know, I had to figure out a lot of stuff on my own. Because it was unfamiliar to the proximity of people that I had, you know, relationship with. You know, it was just this like going abroad. It was just new to anybody in my family outside if you did it from the military. But this is all new thing. So people trying to figure out, damn, what Jerome doing over there? But I always knew though. I always knew in my heart, like, this is what I need to do. This is the journey I need to take right now in order to figure out like my lane and how I need to do what I need to do. And so that was just the most, that's me though in a nutshell. Like I'm a mystery because if I don't tell you that, Like you don't look, and that's the thing. Like because of like our surroundings, you don't look at your brothers a lot of time or your sisters a lot of time. Like man, yeah, he or she, and they didn't live abroad.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times our proximity to that, it's unfathomable. We can't even imagine it.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly,
who you
bro.
like living in China for 2 years?
Yeah.
Like who?
Right.
Who does that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so
with this color.
Yeah, with this color, right? And so
Unless you're over there playing ball or something like that. Yeah.
And so for me, like it's like that comes with a lot of like culture, reverse culture shock in a way.
Yeah.
Because now you come back home.
Right.
And now you building amongst people that like unfortunately have a different perspective on life.
It's kind of limited.
It's limited. It's restricted.
Yeah, exactly.
And so and I'm only 32 years old.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? And so a lot of times, like many of my peers or associates that's around my age, they ain't had the same experience,
right,
or whatever. And so, you know, a lot of stuff, you know, I just be really real humble, you know, and letting people get stuff off, respectfully, because you know they don't know me. They don't know. Right. They might know what I do, but they don't know my journey. And so when you telling me about you know, have you lived abroad? And then I tell you, China, Costa Rica, boo, boo, boo. You like, right. You be taken back.
I like it.
And so you be you're the mystery
part.
part. Yeah, so you be thinking like that because I don't. It ain't like I talk about it. It happened.
Yeah.
Now I'm like I'm in the next phase. I ain't holding on to that glory. If I need to tell you about it, I'll let you know. If I need to set the record straight, you know what I'm saying. If I need to tell you, I got 2 masters. If I need to say that, but I don't hold on to those things. I just living in the immediate, like now thinking about, okay, how can I be better than I was?
How can I be better, man? That's what time it is.
3 years ago.
That's what time it is.
Yeah, so that's me though.
I think that's important, man, for a young man, especially yourself, 32, not to hold on to your past accomplishments, man. Because dudes do that a lot, man. They'll accomplish something in life, and then they just you rest in that. No, you don't rest, man. You keep it moving, man.
Grow.
Because the more I grow, the more I'm gonna help somebody else grow. Because there's always somebody coming behind you or somebody watching what you doing, and they see you scaling, and they be like, man, you know what? I can do that too, man. I've been watching this dude, and that's where he at right now. You know what I'm saying? So it's like empowering to see somebody doing stuff like that.
I gotta speak on that, man, because that's the vibe I got from you, bro. When you know, I seen that you had partnered with NPT, and you know, even gravitated to getting a Dolomite. So man, I was like, dude, how we do that? You know, like not on a competitive tip, but just on a tip of, man, I would love to just see what work did you put in.
Now, and I'm all for healthy competition. Because when I'm looking at people's stuff, I'm looking like, oh, Black Man Event, they put out 2 episodes this week. I'm putting out 5.
Right.
You know, like, but you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I'll call you and tell you too. I see y'all put out 2 episodes. I'm gonna let you know now. I'm gonna triple up on y'all. I love it. Because I'm a competitor. You know what I'm saying?
We know somebody did.
Yeah, we competitive, but it's healthy competition. Because I want y'all to win.
Yes,
you know,
man,
and if y'all winning gonna push me, that's what I want, and vice versa.
Yes, bro.
Man, so how you know what? We don't already start.
Yeah, we've been now.
Let's go.
So let me ask you this, man.
Ask me anything.
Let me ask you this. So how can we get that attitude, what you just said, out to brothers, man, that's out here hating? Stop hating, man, and let's help each other eat. Let's help each other win, because guess what? Don't them other cultures do that? Don't they help each other win? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think a lot of time is a lot of it self-hate. You know what I'm saying? Self-hate. Yeah. A lot of anti-blackness. So a lot of times, you know, we like to use the word like white supremacy, right? A lot of times that gets coined towards like Caucasian, white folks, non-black folks. But black people can practice white supremacy too. It's an indoctrination.
Oh, without doubt.
That's so true,
it's
bro.
indoctrination, right? And that's anti-blackness. It's black hate. And so if I hate myself, if I don't love who I am, or if I got a stigma about myself, why would I want you to win?
Man.
Why would I want you to win?
Man, that's
true.
true.
It started internally.
Misery loves company.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
It really, and it's so deep. And we gotta realize that. You gotta check yourself on that.
Yes.
And I think we've all probably participated in black hate. You know what I'm saying? Especially as young, and depending on the environment. I know I have. I might see Jonathan walking up with the black hoodie with a hood on. I might clutch my weapon a little closer. That's black hate. Man, he looking like a wolf. Like I feel like I'm a wolf. You know what I'm saying? And so like a lot of that, like, you know, I just think is like indoctrinated and conditioning that we gotta deal with. We gotta talk about more, right? And realize that's a reality, right? Because our conditioning, we see each other sometimes as threats. So why would I want a threat to win?
Yeah, man. How much of our conditioning has just been the leading forces of the trauma that we have never even gone, you know, faced?
Yeah.
You know Like it's so many different, and I just, you know, just touching on so many different topics, man. I feel for the kids of today's generation, man. It is kids out here, boss, that's like hitting teachers, they kicking teachers, they punching teachers. Bro, in the era that we grew up in, man. Share with our audience. That wasn't rolling. It wasn't rolling like that, man. Something changed.
Something rolling in my era.
I don't know about Pop's era.
Something changed.
But I look, man. When I was at Pearl, man, it was a little bit of everything. Like I think social media. Has invited, like we can see, like, because it wasn't no YouTube, we didn't have phones, so everything was true. Like in terms of the news didn't show up, you really didn't know about it, right? And it was just like regular, you know, school gossip or whatever happened. But I think with the phones and stuff, now we just seeing some of the things that I think that's always happening. But now you got TikTok challenges, you got things that encourage these things now,
right?
Yeah, you got people that I didn't mean cut you off, but you got people that's always looking for their 15 minutes of fame, and that's what they got that phone out for that 15 minutes of fame. Whether I look like the dude in Memphis, we talked about that a couple times on him, but just like them cats in Memphis, man, that was going around popping folk. And they were doing it on Facebook Live. You just want some fame, but now what you're not understanding is what's the consequences of that. You don't turmoil, put some families in turmoil, put your family in turmoil, and now you going to jail.
And then
all about a few minutes.
And what the parents said, like a lot of that. I'll be honest with you. You appreciate this, Jonathan, especially with your daddy being here. What I realized is that growing up, you know, and everybody grew up low, mid, private, you know what I'm saying? It fluctuated depending what space your parents was at that particular year. You know, you be middle class one year, and you can be low middle class next year. That's how my situation was. You have cable one year, the next year, you know, you just never know. But what I realized as I got older, that's why I said you're gonna appreciate this. Fathers, I had a very present and active father in my life, right? And when I look back and I say, damn, a lot of my peers, a lot of my
didn't have that.
They didn't have that grounding. And my parents was divorced, right? Like many parents, right? Many of us, the parents divorced, but my daddy was always there. I'm a daddy's boy. I was always a daddy's boy. And so grounding, so that I think that really helped me. You know, even though I got it, I veered off a couple times, but it just, I don't think like a lot. I didn't get into a lot of stuff because of my daddy presence in a example that a father means, especially to a black son. Like it's just different. Man, it comes out different. And so I think like I think is we just need more of that. We just need more of that, especially with our black boys, because they're seen as the biggest threat. They cute at 4, 5, 6, but when they get about 10, 11, 12, they the society
you're automatically put in a statistical category. I think what grade is it? 6th grade that they take the stats of the population of 6th graders and start getting the jails, prisons and stuff built behind those stats.
Wow,
like it's set up for us. Man.
And that's
sad.
And that's why, like, really, and that's why I'm glad y'all invited, because know what I really want to vent about. I want to vent about like this black man love and relationships and team building, because that's the narrative we need to push. Just be happy. We good fathers. We do build. We do work with each other. You know, we do congratulate. We do champion each other. Right?
Champion each other.
Because that's what people need to see more of. And the audience is watching and listening. They're gonna be like, that's what we need to hear more of too. Exactly. Especially because we need to vent about that, because I had a great daddy. I had great uncles. I got good black friends, men friends in my life that are doing amazing things, you know, and trying to collaborate and winning and don't have a problem with when we see each other outside saying what's up. Have a good day, holding the door open for you, you know, simple stuff like that, right? We don't know what each other going through, right? Like y'all started off, I don't know what you're going through. We can vent about it, right? But that little bitty little ounce of just love and appreciation appreciation because we going through the same struggle.
And you just never know, man. You can meet a guy, and then that's what makes our podcast, man, so special. You can meet a guy at the gas station pumping gas, and you can just see he got a gloomy look on his face. Little do you know, and I'm just just viewers discretion is advised for what I'm about to say. He may be going to harm his wife when he get home. You know, he just may have a thought in his head, but all you got to do is be like, "Hey, brother, how you doing?" He may get to break it down, man. Look, I got a lot going on. You was the last. You were the last one that could have made that influence as a black man to another black man.
And how many times have you heard this story as well? Somebody in that situation, they said, "Man, I'm glad I got a chance to talk to you because I was really thinking about doing this, something crazy."
Exactly.
You know
That's all it takes. Hey, man, keep your head up. Hey, man, just keep going. Right. And those little things, like you just never know it can change. And so that's why I try to be intentional, like super intentional, especially when it comes to other brothers on going out my way. To making sure I'm showing some type of love, giving some type of positive energy, whether it's verbal or non-verbal, because I understand at any moment, you know, at any moment, we have every reason to just snap. The world society is giving us every reason to break, but we still standing. We still carrying on, right? Every single day, being amazing people and trying to be better than we was yesterday. And so, and that's why, you know, people that's watching and listening to this, especially black men, if you wake up, you know, you get another chance to try it again. Do it. Don't take that for granted. You just go ahead and say, yesterday was that might have been your best version of yourself. But I get another day to make up and be a better person and grow and continue that through the week. You might have your slip ups because we all do. We human. We ain't none of us perfect. But like, as long as you trying to continue just to like change yourself, you'll change your community and you'll change your world. That's my motto. That's my mission that I live by.
So true. Well, man, I was just thinking, you know, that's how we do, man. We don't really script nothing, man. It's just off the top of the dome, man. So man, I just heard you say that appreciation and having that community, man, and having that community building process and having a father in your life. So how do you get people, brothers or young brothers that do have fathers, do have those positive role models in their life to appreciate that? Because sometimes you got that, but you don't appreciate it because you're not taking what they're trying to give you. The knowledge, the wisdom. You're not getting none of that. Well, I put it like that. It ain't that you ain't getting it, you ain't using it.
You're right.
Just like having a car full of gas and you got the key, but you never go nowhere. You just sitting there like, man, I got a new car. It's full of gas. But when you gonna drive it? So what do we do to appreciate those type of relationships with other black men?
Well, sometimes you gotta look at what's around you. Like, you know, my friend over here ain't got no father. My friend over here got a stepfather, but he don't really, you know what I'm saying? They ain't like my real daddy. You know, those type of things. You gotta just wake up. Sometimes, you know, kids, you gotta just, you know, bump their head a couple times, you know, too. Like life can be your best lesson, you know, and it you know, maturity and stuff. A lot of times you don't know what you got until you don't have it.
Man,
you know, a lot of times,
say that again,
you know,
brother.
You know, and so a lot of that goes into play. But I think too, if like this is the perfect example. I got a good friend, Will. Shout out to Will. Got a good friend. He just came back home from doing like 7 years in the prison. Wow. I think it'll be a year since he been out. This coming a year, 2 years since it go by so fast. But you know, he got two boys. You know, one of them right now is playing basketball, right? And sometimes he don't be want to listen. He 11th grade, he don't listen. But he got me. And he got another good friend of ours, J.E., who also, you know what I'm saying, they served time together. We all, you know, went to Pearl and stuff together. But what he do is, hey, Rome, talk to Lil Will for me. Hey, J.E., talk to Lil Will for me. He got sometimes they take it better from other black men.
That's true.
Very
true. That is so true.
Sometimes
that is so
true.
If
you are a black father and you got good black friend, male role models, like use them.
Yeah, man.
Use your uncles. Use your, you know what I'm saying? Use them people because they might receive it better. You know, it's just for some reason. Sometimes they just whatever reason that works, and sometimes the child might open up to, you know what I'm saying, they somebody else. Somebody else. And so you like use those type of things, but also it's showing like support.
Yeah.
Not only like my daddy.
Yeah, right.
I got two of my daddy's best friends.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
That's all
Present.
the same wavelength.
Going to his basketball game.
Right.
He was deep at his basketball game.
Man, now you know what?
Those type of things.
That's true.
We gotta be intentional
that is
about.
True.
And so because
you
ain't got to just being presidents and just they see that like dang, my
kids need presence.
Man,
right. Like
look,
they need you to be there when you say
real.
you're gonna be there.
For real.
And be there in its entirety. You know,
presence is important, man. I told this story the other day when I was standing down there trying to do my thing, and I was talking about how presence is so important, man. Because I remember growing up, if I had a baseball game and my daddy showed up to the game, oh, I'm finna cut up, dude. I'm finna be diving in balls, stealing bases and everything. You know what I'm saying? Right. But when dad ain't there, you gonna play because you love the game, but it's like a nonchalant attitude. Yeah. But when daddy show up, you keyed in. You know what I'm saying? Because
you know your daddy
laser focused, man.
Yeah.
So that present is big, man. Like you said something that I didn't really think about, hadn't even put no thought to, but that's true. If you can see your dad in the stand and see 3-4 of his buddies there too. Oh, that's big. Because I used to do it. I didn't think about it. I had a couple of friends used to go to the game with me, man. And they be like, man, what your boy playing today? I'm gonna go with you, you know what I'm saying? We gonna hang out. But I never did understand till you just said
your friends
how big that is, man.
Too. Even if they got kids that don't have kids, like your friends should be supporting your kids, like they kids, especially for those type of things.
Yes, bro.
Because like it right at that moment, it might not seem like a huge deal, but as they get older, they can be like, I remember my uncle or my daddy. They they was at all my games. Yes. And know what happens? They do it for their friends.
Exactly.
It's a cycle. It's a cycle.
A good generational cycle, not the bad ones that they throw up on.
Nah, a good generational cycle. And so we those little small things, I think if we can just support, they seem so small, but those things are just showing up and being there for your black friends, your black male friends, your black fathers, just being there for them, because it means just as more to them as it does to their kids.
Yes, and bro, we got to get out the mentality of constantly blaming the other race. The other race, the white folk. We got to get out of there because
not that they don't have a part, but we can't give them all of it.
But it's just, I mean,
we blame. They're the first excuse.
Yeah, but it's like a lot of times I said it in conversation with somebody. Black people do it to ourselves sometimes.
Sometimes we do.
We do it to ourselves. I'm gonna be honest with you, Jerome. I know we all on social media, man. When Tyrese, man, got on social media and was just doing all that crying about, he was just feeling so.
He needs to be on here.
He do and see. But you know what, man? Social media and stuff will glorify that this man needs a platform, to do what he did. But naturally, they shunning him. He got 40,000 memes. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you know how it is. Like, black men, we just in a very complex space with society. Like, right, we can't be too strong and we can't be too soft. If we too strong, we a threat.
Right.
But if we soft, you know what I'm saying, then like we ain't strong enough.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's so true.
Exactly. And so that's just a hell of a balance. And that's why I think it's really important for black men to be in each other's life, especially when you black fathers, because you need to build that confidence in who you are. Right. You need to instill those things into who you are at a young age, because the world is gonna try to make you conflicted of who you are. Right. They're gonna try to conflict you, your blackness and then your manhood, right? And so that's why you need to be so sure. You need to be it needs to be instilled in you. You gotta have that like instilled, so in them affirmations. You gotta like start at 2. Soon as they can talk, like you're great. Me and my son do. You're a big dog. You're a big dog. He doing it right there. He a big. He know I'm teaching him, man. You a big dog. No matter what I don't care if you a scientist, or a baseball player, school. You gonna be a big dog in whatever you in, whatever you do. And look, and this is another thing we gotta start doing too. Any slight from a daycare teacher, school teacher, any little slight, you got to check that immediately. Somebody, one of the daycare teachers said, "Yeah, come on, little Jameson." Nah, he big Jameson. Ain't nothing little.
I love that.
Nah, you got ain't nothing. He big Jameson. Like we gotta start there from, because if you let it happen, if you let it start, they'll keep doing it.
Yeah.
Then he's little buddy. And then he's little guy.
Yeah.
Then he's little J. Then it's a nickname. We big dogs. Everything.
That word little,
we big dogs.
In children, or in just any shape, form, or fashion, you never know what trauma that can come with being told you little this, little this, little this. You the little brother,
them
and
little nicknames. This cute. No, I'm cutting that. I'm cutting that. Big dog. He's a big Jameson. He's
so
big Jameson.
If he become a rapper, he ain't gonna be Lil something. There's a whole lot of Lil somethings out there in the rap world.
And then, look, if you want to get over it, if you want to choose that for itself, cool. That's fine. But it ain't gonna be
the
no
attitude and mentality.
The attitude is gonna be big dog. We ain't starting off colossal. I had him saying colossal the other day. Colossal. 2 years ago. Colossal.
And he learning them words, knowing that they mean something outside of what he is already.
That's coming from pride from myself, pride from when I seen from my daddy.
Yes,
and I'm just instilling that into him. Like, nah, we're gonna start from a young age that you got to be proud of being a black boy, a black man to be, and you got to carry it. And people see it as a threat. Hey, you can't help them. You can't. That's their insecurity.
That's their problem.
That's their problem. Hey, they got to deal with it. But you don't minimize yourself and your blackness and your manhood for nobody.
True.
You carry it. You be respectful. With it, you know what I'm saying? But you a big dog.
You teaching them that young.
Oh yeah, we got to. We got to.
Because I've said this in so many episodes with so many people. Trauma starts with children. It doesn't start when you get grown, because naturally, as you're growing up from a baby, a toddler, a child, adolescent, you're gaining so much experience. Experiences in some shape, forms, and fashion your parents may not even know about it.
Right.
And that's where it comes in at, man. We've gotten these kids, man, and they're lashing out on these teachers, hitting the teachers, punching the teachers, doing this, that, and the third. But my question is, man, as we get ready to wrap up, man, is with your son, seeing how the generations seemingly are getting worse, unfortunately, man, what do you do as a dad to just maintain your peace of mind, understanding, man, that these school systems is getting wicked, man, and stuff is getting, does it bring any nervousness to you?
Nah, it don't bring no nervous in me, because I know what I have to do as a parent. I got a lot of accountability and responsibility on what can and can't happen. Now, if and this is the thing, like if I see public schools or whatever just getting wilder, well, what do I need to do to ground harder to maybe either homeschool them, get a private too? Well, you know what I'm saying? These are choices and options that we have. We might not have the finances for them at the moment, but if you want to manifest it and you see it, you can start preparing for that now.
That's true.
You know, so those type of things, like we always got choices. You know, and you got to just figure it out. But I think for myself, just seeing what things are looking like, I just know I gotta instill it in them right now. But I also know, like, a lot of that I control. I can start teaching them about social and emotional behavior.
Yes,
I can start doing that now. I ain't gotta wait for him to get in trouble, or I can start doing that now.
It's safe for him to learn it at home.
Exactly. And then you know, a lot of times, again, like I think we let systems and institutions get away with a lot. I'm defending my child. I'm questioning everything. You know what I'm saying? What is happening to other kids that maybe don't look like him in these situations? How are the responses the same? Because these are the realities, right? We're not going to act like.
And these are the conversations that need to be had.
We ain't going to act like these ain't the realities, right? So,
and you're not saying that your son didn't do it. I'm just saying, what are the issues around all of this? Are the other kids being dealt with the way he's being dealt with? Are they being parents being
I need to know all of that.
Exactly.
I appreciate you for calling me.
Exactly.
What's the normal process? What has been the record?
Exactly.
Because we know it's been documented too many times. So now I'm definitely gonna ask. I need to know what is the procedure. When my son said, "What is the procedure?" Okay, cool. Long as everybody else is going through this process, you know what I'm saying? Cool. And that's like. We see that with Kyrie Irving. They're making him go through a whole nother process. That's not the norm in these separate situations. You know what I'm saying? No, we call that. No, we call that a lot of times. That's buck breaking.
Let's pick up on the next side.
And with that being said, we're gonna cut into a quick commercial. We're gonna get back to it, because we're gonna get back to it, man. Hey, Jerome Moore is here, man. He's giving it to us, man. Venting, man, in the fashion that we love it. Nashville. Have you heard of Black Man Vent today? To our YouTube audience, what's up? What's going on, man? Thank you guys. Hit that subscribe button, man. We're getting into the heat of the conversation. Right after this sponsorship segment break, commercial segment break, we'll get into the second half of our episode. Have you heard a Black Man Vent today? And just like that, guys, we're back. We're back, man. Good morning to you guys. Monday morning, man. We're here. I see the camera, man.
Yes, sir.
Throwing my deuces up to the camera. YouTube,
Black
what's
man,
up, man?
vent
We
too.
are here. Black
Thank
Man
you.
Vent 2. Have
Thank
you
you.
heard a black man vent today? If you're just not tuning in, man, I don't know what's your problem, because we got a hot episode with Jerome Moore, and he's here to vent, and he's giving us a great episode, man. We're going to pick up right where we left off.
Gotta
and
pick up.
Pops, I'll let you kind of lead
man.
into it. Nashville, have you heard a black man vent today?
Hey, you floated off into something, man, that I didn't expect you to come from that angle. But when you said that, I was like, oh yeah, he gotta explain it, because I know what it is. But a lot of people are not knowing what this is, and they don't know what it is, and they don't understand that because of that. That has been passed on in our DNA. And that's the reason sometimes we hate ourselves, because that stuff is still in our DNA. And if it's not flushed out, it stays dormant. And that's when it stays dormant to the point when it does come out, that's where the hate comes from. So explain that buck breaking thing, man, to our audience, man.
For people who may not know, you know, when back when we were enslaved, physically enslaved, right? If there was some type of rebellion, or you know, one of the field workers were, you know, talking about, you know, rebellion and getting back, and maybe one of the quote unquote house niggas would hear about it, whatever, go tell massa and everything, and they make an example out of them, right? You know what I'm saying? They'll break them down, butt breaking, you know what I'm saying? Buck breaking, BUCK, to make sure everybody else around kind of knew, like this ain't the type of decisions you want to make.
Exactly.
And they put fear in everybody else's heart and mind, so they wouldn't rebel, they wouldn't even plan, they wouldn't even think about it, because they just seen what happened to their strongest, you know what I'm saying, or one of the most, you know what I'm saying, it's like, if they do that to him, and what they gonna do to me?
Exactly.
And so, you know, and again, I think that has affected us, like you said, Pops, that has affected us to this day, that, you know, many of us ain't thinking about standing up, talking up, you know what I'm saying, anything on any type of level, because like we've seen so many people verbally and physically buck broken into our in front of our face in many different ways. And I think unfortunately that's what the NBA is trying to do, or probably is doing, with Kyrie Irving, for because he made a, you know, he reposted something essentially, right? And he stood on that, right? And I think a lot of that stuff that Kyrie was saying went over a lot of people's heads. And you know, maybe you know what I'm saying, maybe he could have reworded some things, maybe about, you know, I don't know if that would have made a difference.
It was the content of the film, man, that got them all stirred up, man.
Well, not even just that, but folks ain't like Kyrie since he wouldn't get a coach.
But ever since he wouldn't get the coach shot,
which is not talked about, because he's been vindicated, because the government said we was wrong. We got to pay all these people back and bring them back. But they don't talk about that part when it comes to Kyrie. You know what I'm saying? And so I think the Nets going to end up having to pay him back too.
They should.
You know what I'm saying? So I just think like, you know, I think it probably, I don't even think it was about the film. I think it was because it was him.
Well, like you said,
I think
it was him. But then the film is also bringing to us an education that some of us don't have.
Right.
And if you look at it, you gonna see some stuff. And I hadn't even seen it. I was kind of like reading the book a little bit, doing the audio, just kind of listen to the book a little bit. And I heard the author talk about the content. So I heard the man that wrote the book. I heard him talk about what was in the book and what's in the film. I hadn't got a chance to see it myself yet, but what he was talking about, he told everything. And there's been a lot of research put into this. So it ain't just something that they just threw together. No, it's some real deal stuff, man.
Look, this is the thing. This is the thing on it. Even if you ain't never watched it or read the book, right? That same energy is not given when it comes to misrepresentation and facts when it comes to black people.
Look, dude, I'm gonna get
there is no backlash. Look, how many movies have we seen when they got Egyptians looking like the white as a snowball?
You mean tell me?
We can't. Hold on, wait a minute.
Let's throw another one out there. Charlton Heston is Moses. Come on, now.
I'm saying so. So you
Yeah.
Russell Crowe.
Yeah.
You know, play Noah. Right?
Noah, yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
like so hold on, wait a minute. So you telling me that that's okay? And
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
not
man.
that's not going to be factually checked, or that's not going.
No fact checks on that stuff.
That's not going.
Yeah.
That's not going to be challenged.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
and that's all anti-blackness, right?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
all what that
Yes.
is.
Yeah.
It's all
Yeah.
anti-blackness, and that has been perpetuated over and over and over and
Yes.
time
Like
again.
Yeah.
But that's cool.
That's cool.
There's no type of
Repercussions.
there's no
Yeah.
type of that
Yeah.
level of
Yeah.
repercussions
Right.
ever.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
but Kyrie makes a post as a thumbnail and saying he's trying to learn and grow.
He trying to learn and grow. They
and
didn't put that piece in.
They did,
The
you know,
man
look.
trying to learn and grow.
Look,
Yeah.
and I recently, because people probably going wild right now. Listen to this. I recently, this is the work that I do, right? I'm a community I'm entrenched in this,
Right.
and I recently just did a panel at the Gordon Jewish Community Center right here out in Brentwood
Okay.
about the relationship between Black Americans and white Jews.
Uh-huh.
And even the whole fact of calling them white Jews makes them cringe a little bit.
yeah.
Because
Oh,
yeah.
because I was talking to Dr. Shaw from Vanderbilt University. He was
Okay.
on the panel. We had a side conversation. And it was a great conversation because to him, he told me this. He said that white Jews, that makes people cringe because they don't want to even be associated with whiteness because they see themselves as other. Because because you got to think about it, their whole history, elite whites, shitted on Jews. You know, you got to think about it. So, but their assimilation to whiteness, 92% of Jews in this country identify as white.
Right.
And so they get that privilege, but in their minds, they're not white. But the relationship,
but they take the privilege.
But that's the dynamics and complexities like that they're also wrestling with that. But we don't do this enough, right? We're not talking enough.
We got
so
to, you know what?
Do that?
And that's true. We got to talk it out because David Stern talked to Kyrie, and he said, "I'm confident that this man is not anti-Semitic." Now that's what David Stern said.
Adam Silver.
Not Stern. God bless Stern.
Rest
He
in peace,
passed on.
Stern.
Yeah, God bless David Stern. He passed on. But the guy that followed, him, what's his name? Silver.
Adam Silver.
He said he talked to him and said the brother is not anti-Semitic. So if he said that, then what's all this? Why the man ain't playing
But look,
yet?
I'm standing on
why the man ain't playing yet?
I'm standing on what Kyrie said. Like, if I know where I come from, how can I be anti-Semitic?
Anti-Semitic.
And that goes over a lot of people's heads
Yeah.
too, because they're all black Jews.
Yeah.
And some would say the original Jews were black. They looked like us.
Yeah.
And so but again, a lot of that is rooted in anti-blackness.
Yeah.
And people don't they don't even they don't want to even admit that the first people a lot of times that were black. These are things that we still wrestling with.
You talking about?
These are things that we still wrestling with in society.
Talk about.
But again, this is all rooted in anti-blackness in this country. That's what it was. That's the whole point, right? Our whole existence was anti-blackness. Your value is zero, negative. You're not even human. You're less.
Oh
than.
man, when they wrote the Constitution, you were not involved in the writing.
Right, no.
You was like, what were we, 3/4 human when they wrote the Constitution? You weren't even a whole man. You weren't even considered a whole man. You know what I'm saying? So and see, when you tell them to go back and check all this stuff, then it causes an uproar because people don't like to face their history. But let's face the history. Black people have been done wrong for centuries. Centuries on top of centuries, and it really ain't stopped because I heard you say it. You said physically slave. But we still dealing with slavery though, not from a physical standpoint.
You gotta think about this. Like, it's unfortunate, but this is just the truth. Many black folks in this country won't speak up, won't say nothing, because if they do, the powers that be, whatever those powers are, will break them. And that can be financially. That can be the most, it can be. And so, why would I risk that? Especially if
my quality of life.
My quality of life. I'm comfortable. So why? So even if I'm microaggressions, why would I check that if I know that's gonna put my living situation, my living lifestyle, I gotta feed my family. Why would I put that
in jeopardy?
Why would I put that in jeopardy? Right. But my whole thing about it is, look, if we continue again, that's why we gotta check these things immediately. Because if we don't check them. You know what I'm saying? We don't check them, they're gonna continue to happen to snowball until where it will never be in a place to actually fix it. But again, that takes sacrifice and risk that many of us don't want to take. You know what I'm saying? We have a choice, but many of us don't want to take. And it's like if you got a family, we get it. You know what I'm saying? We understand, but like at some point, black folks, black men, black people, like you always say, enough is enough, but enough been enough. And that's why for me personally, like and it's spoken about amongst my closest friends, my father, and everything. Is certain things happen, like there's already protocols put in place. You think if I get gunned down by a police officer, my daddy gonna sit there and just march?
Exactly.
Nah, that's if I'm wrongfully gunned down, that ain't like, don't marshal me. Don't marshal me, because things will be handled. But it won't be like that. Like what?
Cause this marching, man. Don't get me wrong, I'm with it, man. But look what we did. We marched for George Floyd. And we got a few things brought to the light. But where we at now?
I'm saying like
what we at now? You know what I'm saying?
And again, like I think the movements, the marching to bring awareness is cool. But like
it's always somebody got some different motives, because I don't want to throw no dirt on something, but all I know is a lot of things that were getting funded from that movement was not all real. It wasn't all real because you had other motivations that were pushing, putting the black thing out front, but the monies was coming from another agenda where they was trying to push their agenda. You know what I'm saying?
Pops, it ain't even that. I think a lot that's a grand scale. That's for a lot of people to digest. I just keep it internal. Now, like I just like in a lot of these cases, there's black men dying, right? And these are black men, right? Where are they fathers? Where are they uncles? Because we all got it. Like and like we all got.
That's sad because
we all got to die. I mean, because y'all want to make
you real.
We all got to go, right? We all got to die, right?
True,
we all got to. We all gonna go.
Oh yeah.
No matter how we go,
why
we
them
gonna
old
go.
You saying church, you ain't gotta go, but you gonna leave here though.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly, right. Right. Now, I feel like for me personally, if my son was a Trayvon Martin, you know what I'm saying, minding his business, and you know what I'm saying,
Skittles and a dang Arizona tea.
Man, look, I'm gonna try to be strategic as possible. But you think, what's the name gonna be walking around while I'm walking around?
Zimmerman.
You think you think I'm allowed it?
You sound more like me now, because
look, you think I'm allowed it?
Look,
as a father,
believe me when I say I feel.
You know what I'm saying? And so I question. So me personally, I question those men in these people's lives. Like, what are y'all standing on? What principle are y'all standing on?
I'm gonna tell you what's sad too.
I don't like it. Ain't gotta be no. I'm telling you that if that's me, that's me. That's my and so we all gotta go. You know what I'm saying? We all gotta make our choice and decision. But like though, like again, I was instilled in something different. You know, me personally. You know, and then I just know it. You would think at this point it would have been the wrong one at this time. Like y'all, they gonna do the wrong one. You know how they saying? You gonna try the wrong one. You would think at this point the wrong one.
You know what shuts them up?
Tried.
You know what shut them up a lot of time though? Think about it. Money. They give them that check, man. We're gonna give you this check.
I'll take
you keep it hush hush.
I'll take a check too. I'm gonna take that too. But I ain't gonna be on there. I'm telling you wanna take the check. I'm taking the check too.
He taking that. That's collateral.
I'm gonna take that too. I'm gonna say thank you, and I'm gonna play dormant. You might. I'm all right. Okay. All right. Appreciate it. But
think about it. A lot of times that happen, man. They come through and they give you some money. You know, they throw you a couple meals. I heard people say this all the time. Money will solve a lot of my problems. Money gonna bring you some more problems too. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
So sometimes that's what they do. They can get you to go hush hush by throwing you a little change. You know what I'm saying? I hadn't seen it personally, but I've heard, and I just believe.
Well, you see it every day. You see it every day when we have our brothers and sisters, black brothers and sisters, that are knowing they getting treated wrong on their jobs and stuff, or wherever they employed or whatever. But that $60,000-$70,000 keep them quiet.
Man, right? Hey, man, and will even turn on somebody else. They be like, "Well, what did Bobby do, man? Did you really? Check this out now. I got something for you. I'm gonna make sure. I'm corporate. Look, I'm gonna make sure you get this next promotion, but I need to know a little information.
I'm saying,
you know what I'm saying?
So and that's always gonna be the case, right?
Man.
It's always gonna be the case, and that's why for me, like when it comes to like social justice and movement, I am very, very, very cautious and critical about who I'm in that space with.
Yeah,
there's a lot of people that I support from afar.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. I love what they doing.
True,
but like I don't know. If we didn't grow up together under the same type of rules and laws and codes, I don't know how you're gonna respond if we get jammed up in such a situation, right? Because we think just because we on the same mentality, like what we needs to happen when it comes down to something. I don't know how you're gonna respond, and I'm not gonna put myself in that situation.
I know you ain't all in.
Like you might feel like you might fool me, but because I don't know you, really.
Right,
I just know that we better. I haven't seen you in no action.
Yeah,
you don't have no reputation. I don't know your jacket.
What you're explaining is the common downfall of Black folks in relationships nowadays. You step into a relationship, man. You don't know them; they don't know you. You don't know their true intentions, and vice versa. You really don't know their traumas and your traumas. Everything start off with puppy love, though. Right. You know, the good and the glamour and the glitz of it, man. But like you said, what we miss is that at the end of the day, we don't really converse enough to just know. And we don't who we are and who we're
in
with.
All relationships,
in all relationships, and in all aspects, in all aspects,
and that's going from that's why there's you got peers, you got associates, levels, right? And people sometimes are not realistic about what level they on in that person's life. Right. And so feelings can be hurt unintentionally because you might think you at here, but now you really just like a associate. You know, I see you on my speak, but I'm really not trying to hang out with you. I'm not sharing certain details.
But that's real though.
That's real.
You know
what I'm saying? But that's just being smart though. That's for me. That's just being smart. And so that's why like I'm with the same people that I pretty much grew up with. We did some dirt together, something because I know exactly they know how I'm gonna respond. I don't know how you gonna respond. And until I'm in a situation with somebody that I don't know what they're gonna do, show me exactly what they're gonna do, and vice versa. Okay, we enter a different type of relationship and bond. Like, okay, I know you gonna step up and you gonna throw some punches or kicks, or you gonna do something. You know, if it comes to any of those type of situations, or or we figure out, okay, we grew up under the same type of mores and codes. We understand this nonverbal. Okay, you do this, but a lot of us, we just unrealistic about some of those things. But the relationships are not people like. But that's why around like social justice, it can get real tricky. It can be a real slippery slope with some of those things. And to each his own. To each his own, and that's why everybody, I believe this, everybody it should just live their life and whatever's gonna make them happy. Because when you start trying to live by other people's, expectations, realities, or how their perspectives of life, like you find yourself probably a little unhappy. You know what I'm saying?
Let me ask you this, Jerome, man, because I wanted to stay on the focus of the buck breaking, man, that you mentioned. Naturally, I want to ask this: is buck breaking a term defined more towards a male and female gender, or is it more towards a true cultural definition? And what I mean by that is this: would you say that Brittany Griner, in her situation, man, unfortunate enough, man, and our Black Man Vent who supports Brittany Griner, I'm gonna say that. How would you look at that in terms of buck breaking? Is that a buck breaking situation, even though she's a woman versus?
I think her situation is. I think she's more of like a prisoner of war.
Look, I just about to say she's a political pawn.
I think like even though she's not
a political pawn,
like I think if we wasn't in the United States, I say we as the United States, if they wasn't in the like contentious place they were with Russia, she probably would be home. It probably wouldn't be no issue.
So you wouldn't even say it's Brittany Griner versus like a LeBron or like someone like that would differentiate this situation.
That's different people right there.
Well, I don't.
You think they leave LeBron over there?
I don't know. No, why? I don't know. Know why? No, why? I don't know. Is because come on, they put Brittany Griner on the Times magazine. Then they get her for like. I think and so I don't know because like she is a Black woman, right? And uplifting Black women is a trend right now.
Oh, without
it's a trend. It's an intentional trend, right?
For sure.
They need to be uplifted anyway.
But like you said, but it's an intentional trend
to
lift them up and to do what else? Do what with us though?
Well, Black men will never be lifted up.
Thank you. That ain't even
Black Man Vent too. Black man. Now it's just a different. Black man will never be lifted up. Period. Not in this country.
Not from them. But we, like you said earlier, we got to do it to ourselves.
Not from this system. Nah, that's not how this works. But shout out to our black women though.
Without a doubt.
But yeah, I think I don't know if it was LeBron. I'm not sure. I'm really that's a tricky one.
Yeah.
I think it probably would have been more kind of a mass support maybe to get them home from just a more of a global presence. And the NBA is larger than the WNBA.
Right,
so I think some of those things going to play.
The sad part about it too, you said she's a woman, which she is, but she doesn't carry herself as a woman. So that's another thing that's probably they looking kind of funny at too. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like you. I don't condone it, but I ain't knocking you if you do it. That's on you.
Does she identify as a woman? I'm not sure. I know she's gay,
in the relationship.
I
think she's the
she's the
masculine one.
Masculine. Okay. Yeah. Well,
but because her wife, because they keep talking about her wife is here. Okay. So, but like you said, they shouldn't have no thing. They shouldn't hold no kind of cloud over it, but it does though.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
Well, even that too, the LGBTQ community, that's a powerful,
very powerful,
influential,
man,
like
very
community.
Powerful, dude.
When I say like, far as they got a lot of influence.
Yes.
You know, they got a lot of influence, and they have a lot of people. And they have a lot of white people, right? That's what makes them so powerful, right? Because a lot of white folks identify, and a lot of these white folks are in powerful positions. They got clout, they got cachet, and things like that. And so I don't. It's a tricky one.
Would it be buck breaking the LGBTQ community based off of using Brittany Griner as one of the bigger faces of the community?
Wow. I don't think it's buck breaking for her because it's not the U.S. government.
Yeah, it's Russia.
And
then I said she's a political part. What he talked about earlier, the U.S. is pumping money into Ukraine. So y'all gonna pump money in Ukraine?
We gonna send her home? Nah.
We get rid of her? No. And then the ones they want to trade her with, she ain't committed nothing but some hashish oil. They want to trade some dang.
They want the all-stars,
some spies. They want some spies and some killers to be traded. You know what I'm saying?
They want the Russia all-star team back, boy. But so I think that ain't butt breaking because it's Russia. It ain't that's not butt breaking because it's Russia keeping her. And it's not the United States whipping up for something like that's a totally different situation. But again, like what
still
I think
sad. It's sad.
It's sad. It's sad. But what I think it brought out though is that we have marijuana convictions here for simple possession of marijuana and things like that. That people need to come home.
Yes,
and so fight. Not only fight for Brittany. Do
this.
Keep that same energy.
You're right.
Here,
you're right.
Here,
you're so right.
You're so right. And so, in which, but I think that had a lot to do probably with Biden, with, passing the, pardoning for federal simple marijuana possessions in the United States. So, we'll see. Hopefully she make it home.
I hope she get out by this year, man. Brittany, come home. I hope you get home for Thanksgiving, Christmas, or something.
Other countries got their own thing, and I'm
gonna tell you. Let me throw another little piece in there before. Let me throw another little piece in there before I ask you this question. Maybe I'm wrong. Tell me if y'all have heard anything else. I don't think that was her first time doing that over in Russia.
Bringing the stuff there?
Yeah.
No.
That's what I thought. That wasn't her first time. So tell me that wasn't a setup, man.
Man, look, when you're in another person's
because
country,
I think that's a part of her healing when she finishes games and stuff.
When you it's said that the WNBA has to have these type of off-season pay tournaments just because they don't make the damn money as is in the regular season. Anyway, man.
So that's when she was going over there. Right.
Yeah, it just it's unfortunate, but other countries you take a risk.
That's right. That's so true.
It's just a part of it.
But that just lets you know how comfortable she had gotten with it. Now she, she said what she said, and she might be right, but I guarantee she wasn't even thinking. That wasn't even a thought, you know what I'm saying?
They probably shouldn't even went over there just with the tensions and everything that was going on.
How it was getting.
I don't know kind of where chronologically we were with them at that particular time, but like some countries like you just don't go to depending on the governmental beefs that are going on.
The atmosphere going on. Like,
you just don't do that. So like, especially as a person like myself who live specifically in mainland in China, that can shift. That can shift a lot of things and make people's lives a lot more uncomfortable, or just uncomfortable in general. than they were before. So you just got to be very, you just got to be very careful. Just don't do nothing. Just don't even do nothing illegal. And just don't do nothing. That's how you say. Just don't do nothing, and then you got to worry about it, right? That's what. Just don't do nothing. Right.
Well, man, we got a few more minutes left. But let me ask you one more
this
question,
been
man,
good.
that you can speak to our audience, man.
Yeah, for sure.
So you being an educated man, because I'm listening to your conversation.
Yeah.
I'm listening to you like me and my son say, you know a little bit about a lot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But how important is it for a black man to get education?
Yeah. That's another slippery slope for me. Because like I got 3 degrees. I got a degree in economics, business economics, and education. Right. And so I think they all have helped me in some type of way, form, and fashion. And I've been able to leverage them. And I think that's the biggest word, leverage, right? You got to leverage these credentials.
Yes.
Because essentially, like, when you talk about education, like, are we just talking about, studying from the library? We talking about formal academic education? Because, like, if you don't come from money, a lot of times the way out of it is like most of it, like, gotta go to college. You gotta go to get your master's degree. Then you get a PhD and all these things because you leveraging these things for opportunities.
Right.
To be able to get money.
True.
And so I think it's important for everybody to get educated in whatever
they trying to do.
But I also got my master barber's license.
Yeah.
I come from a master barber. My daddy is a master barber and a master barber instructor.
Okay.
And so I come from that background too. And so it just I think with technology and stuff, it like what education look like is real different. If you're trying to be a doctor, lawyer, some of these kind of terminal degrees, like you gotta go to school. Yeah. You want to be an engineer, you want to build a home. Like you gotta go through some type of level of training. But a lot of this stuff with the computer, with the internet, like you don't necessarily need to go
that's
to school.
so true. You got these people that what they do,
Yeah.
play games for a living.
But I seen something. I seen something, and this is something we gotta talk about with technology. So I was seeing some report that TikTok was was made and founded by China, right? I was in China when TikTok was being it wasn't even here yet. Yeah, I was in China, right? So I was already, what I'm saying, and I forgot the Chinese name for it. Yeah. But like their TikTok is by I think that's the company. That's the company. Biden is the company. But I forgot that
that's Taylor Made, y'all. Y'all heard that voice then.
Yeah, shout out to the
Taylor Made images. But they curate TikTok differently for our youth than they do their youth. And so they did a survey, right? It says like they asked, I forgot the age group, but just Google it. Look, y'all can look it up. If I forgot the age group, they was like, what they asked the Chinese kids and American kids kind of what they wanted to be, whatever, right? Chinese kids said they wanted to be astronauts. Okay. American kids said they wanted to be influencers. And so So if you look at that, the trajectory,
that's how they built.
Well, that's how they curated, right? They even got limits on like how long, like if you're a certain, I think if it's under 14, you can only be on TikTok a certain amount of time a day, then it's deactivated. So like all of these things are available on our version, but we have, but it's optional. Right, so a parent that have to go and set it, boom, boom, boom. On theirs is not optional, like it's set their way, right? So if you look at and I say all that to say just different countries in education and stuff, right? You gotta, we gotta look at it. If they want to be astronauts and we want to be influencers, well, I can tell you what the next 50, 20 years, 30, 40, 50 years gonna look like. Right. Who's gonna be dominating, right? And so education is very important, but what we learn is also as equally as important. And again, I think it started at the home.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? Start with fathers and mothers.
Yes, sir.
And we gotta curate, and we gotta make sure we're intentional about taking our kids down to the Adventure Science Center, taking them down to the museums, taking them down to the art school, all of these things.
Rice Museum.
So all of these things so they can get a little dabble, a little everything so you can find their interest. Sports and all that is good too. All that, but just make it diverse and then don't box yourself in a black box.
Yes, sir.
And thinking that we can only generate wealth through like sports.
Right. So true.
All of those things. So like again, travel, get perspective, learn, grow.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And just live your best life. And put yourself around brothers like yourself and sisters and aunties, because it's good people that's gonna feed and support you, and also hold you accountable.
So true.
You know what I'm saying? So
Definitely.
yeah, that's
true.
that's my thoughts on that, Pops.
Man, that
that
was good.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it, man. I love it, man.
Yeah,
Jerome, man, I just am glad, bro, that we were able to get you on, man, to vent. This was awesome.
Man. I enjoyed myself, man.
Great conversation,
This
man.
was awesome, man. Nashville, man, we appreciate you guys for joining us. To our YouTube audience, man, we want to thank you guys for joining us. Nashville, have you heard of Black Man Vent today? This is another one. Pops.
Well, like we always try to say, man, we were glad to have you for one thing. And I appreciate the conversation. I appreciate the knowledge, man, because you hit on some things, man, that sometimes we don't get a chance to hit on. And I appreciate you hitting on that. And I appreciate you keeping it to the point where we won't get banned.
Cancel culture is real.
Yeah. But with that being said, man, again, thank you for showing up, my brother. And hey, man, until next week, it's a wrap. Black man, don't get trapped.
It is what it is. It ain't what it ain't. You can do what you can, and you can't with what you can't. This has been another episode of the Black Man Vent 2 podcast. Good morning.
Hold on, one more thing, man. I'm gonna tell you what we forgot. You didn't give him a chance to get a shout out about his what he do.
Oh man, we still on YouTube. We still good.
Yeah, we got to get that in.
Hold on.
That's what I'm here. We don't want to miss that.
Hold up. We don't want to show y'all how goofy we is, man. Anywho, man, Jerome, do me a favor, man. Let our YouTube audience know our our Spotify, Apple Podcasts.
Yeah.
Let our platforms know your platform.
Yep.
Yeah.
And just how we can find you, reach you, man. Kind of tap in with the Dolomite episode.
Yeah. So I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Again, I'm gonna give y'all flowers. I appreciate you being on here. To everybody that's listening and watching it, just deep dish convos on anything: Spotify, Apple, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. There's deep dish convos. You'll get the podcast, you get the interviews, all of that. If you want the TV show, Sights of the Community with Jerome Moore, exclusively on Nashville Public Television, just go to YouTube. It's available. It's a monthly episode, so check it out. Appreciate all the support. Appreciate y'all. And watch this. Watch this and listen to this, then go to deep dish conversation. That's how you do it. You double up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's right.
You know what I'm saying? You
get your podcast on.
Yeah, get your podcast on. And support community-centered work. Community-centered content.
For sure.
And again, flowers to y'all, brothers.
Appreciate you,
and
man.
just keep building, keep having these conversations.
Yes, sir.
And I enjoyed it.
Yes,
and I want to come back.
Yeah,
man. I gotta come back.
We gotta get you back, man, because there was a whole lot of other stuff I wanted to talk about, man.
Yeah, man.
We'll get to it.
But hey, Nashville, man, this has been another great episode, man. Let's run that back one
now,
more time.
Officially, now officially, it's a wrap. Black man, don't get trapped.
It is what it is. It ain't what it ain't. You can do what you can, and you can't with what you can't. It's been another episode of the Black Man Vent 2 podcast. Good morning.